Break it down.
Hello, everybody. I would tell you I'm running late, but that would be pretty stupid. You know I'm running late. I always am running late. I just need to get something up here so I can see it. And there it is. Okay. I have to double check a few things when we go live so I don't get slapped around. Again, thank you everybody for being here. It's climbing. I really appreciate the support for me and Red and Chris. Chris is doing fine. He should be back Monday, from what I understand. That would be great. Big shout out to my little brother Chris. I miss beating up on you, but you know I'm gonna have to hold it in. So a couple things. I know that there's a lot of stuff being posted from our brother in Egypt, and I know people might want to read something into it that it might not be. Usually we should wait until we hear from corporate. I chatted, text with Dr. Tarek and Muhammad this morning, just asking them if I'm right, and that it's great news from Egypt. Dr. Tarek said what he does is they had a big achievement where he's a consultant, okay, part of the branch of Onpassive, and they had helped the company, I guess, get out of a jam, and they're sharing the great news. And I said, no, that's fantastic. That's what I thought it was. I said, I just worry sometimes. Sometimes founders look at it and want to put a little bit of a spin on it. He said, no, that's what it is, and I want to share the vibe, and things are going very well all over the world. And then Chadwick come on, he just said that Dr. Tarek is like a legend in this type of business consulting and all that. And he's a helper for many businesses, and that's what happened. A business that they are working with, he helped them immensely, and he's sharing with his staff in Egypt and all that, and he also wants to share the vibe with us founders, and that's pretty cool. Because the main thing, what I said was, I just want to make sure, because I see people posting, oh, great, and I see other people adding a little bit here and there and here, because we have some what I would call spin doctors on the founder side. Not putting them down, but that happens. So anyway, it's very clear. Most of it, anytime that Dr. Tarek posts something like that, he's just sharing the great news of accomplishments that they are going through, which is great for Onpassive. And that's another part of Onpassive over in Egypt. Sometimes people think, oh, that's directly going to do something to me. Don't always look at it that way. Is it make the company in a whole stronger as a foundation? Absolutely. That's what we've been talking about for months and months and months and years. The foundation of Onpassive was built, and it gets bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. And sometimes we say, why here? Why here? What does that mean? What does this mean? And I think it's very good when we hear good news. I just think sometimes that good news can be put into a blender, and human instinct is we add something to it, and it makes a totally different meaning. So, but the meaning here is Dr. Tarek's a genius. His people are geniuses, and they did something that made a big impact on a client of theirs, and we should celebrate that as just like it was. Sometimes myself and Red come on, and we hear a lot of stuff, and I try to keep like a type of communication with people, because we come on and people see our face, and and I'm starting to get hit up on this, and I don't answer anybody until I get the facts from the person's mouth, Mr. Mafar, or somebody. And that's what it was. Great news and fantastic news, actually, not great news. And it just goes to show what kind of people Mr. Mafar surrounded himself with. This obviously, if you look at Dr. Tarek and you translate some of his writings and some of the stuff that he writes, you're going to be blown away. There's no doubt. I mean, his credentials and super brain he has, it's going to make a big impact. He's definitely part of the wind beneath Onpassive's wings for sure. Another thing, we are ready for tomorrow. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Rutledge. He made the poster, one of the nicest posters I've seen. Unbelievable. Chris won't be able to make it, but that's okay. Robin was there anyway, and we needed the woman anyway. We had a little bit too many men, and anyway, she'll be there. Chris will be watching, I'm sure, but he's got stuff going on with his family, which is more important. And yeah, but that's all done. It's already posted and set up to go. I want to let everybody know that people are actually contacting me, people I don't know, founders, but I'm glad I'm starting to know because they want to be they want to be seen. And I believe it's important going into this next chapter and however many chapters we have, or how many there are, but going into the next chapter where finances are going to start being involved, where I think people are going to start getting some benefit from monetary benefit, which is a big deal. But we also need to know, keep stacking different information of what's going on behind the best we can. It's beautiful. It makes you feel proud to be. I have felt proud of this company from the beginning. Well, the very beginning, I didn't know, but it wasn't long after I thought, wow, man, this is amazing. I'm not sure what it is, but man, it sounds like we're going to good places. And that just blows me away. I feel blessed, and I think everybody that I've met has grown and made a big impact on Onpassive. Al said something a long time ago. Don't every little thing you do, every good thing you do, one thing may not seem a lot to you, but if a million people do one good thing, that's pretty powerful. One day it'll be 10 million people doing one good thing. So, yeah, this is where you start, and I'm seeing a big impact on that. I tried to go back in some of the notes I have from 3, 4 years ago. And passive, people wise, family wise, was like a desert. The people were there, but not out in the open. And now it's like, it's fantastic. Absolutely love it. I don't have a lot more to say about that. I was running around like a crazy man, and people are asking me questions, helping people work on stuff. But people are, even Rip Van Winkle woke up, some of them, and they're positive. Some of them have a very good excuse. Things happen. They get deployed or something happened health wise. They're trying to be in touch, engaged. I don't mind helping people like that. That's what we should do. Be careful what you do, what you say, what you post. It doesn't hurt to tell the truth. You don't need, we don't need to hype Onpassive. Trust me, if you went out to somebody face to face and told them everything going on in Onpassive, they wouldn't believe you anyway. So you almost have to dumb it down to even get somebody to listen to you. That's why I tell people, they ask me, do you use the corporate website? No, freaking way. It's like giving them a smorgasbord or a buffet. There's too much to choose from. I give it to them in pieces. Anyway, thank you, everybody. So I'm going to turn it over to the newsman here, and he's going to tell you details that that I need to hear too, probably. Anyway, here's Red.
Thanks very much, Marty. Hi, Chris. I saw you in the chat very early on. I did text Chris early just to say, are you back next week, buddy? And he said, yeah, it's on the cards at the moment. So look forward to seeing you back in situ as well. Just an update on myself for next week. Thursday through till Tuesday, I will be offline. I am at my niece's wedding in the south of France, don't you know? Next weekend. So if I'm not around for 3 or 4 days, don't you worry, guys. I'm having a nice time over at this wedding. It's in a chateau. Very nice too. So looking forward to that, and also to see Chris, our brother, back as well on Monday. Updates then as far as Onpassive is concerned. Not a huge amount, but one thing that has sprung out to me today, and that is Onpassive.com as far as the Facebook Onpassive.com is concerned. Guess what's happened there? We have a brand new logo and also a brand new header for that. And this is to do with Eid al-Adha Mubarak. That is, I presume, coming up or very, very shortly. And a lovely little message at the top of it says, may this Eid al-Adha bring peace, joy and prosperity to everyone. That's obviously to celebrate one of the festivals that's going on, obviously, in the Arabic world. So that's a change. And you can view that on the official Facebook page of Onpassive. How do you find it? Very easily. Go to onpassive.com, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page on onpassive.com, and all the icons there for our social media pages, the official ones, are all there. So YouTube, X, Facebook is there, and also Instagram as well. Okay, LinkedIn as well is also there. So if you are followers on any of those, that is the place to go. Just expanding a little bit then on what Marty was talking about, Dr. Turuk and also Mohammed Kamal. Very interesting, actually, if you do a little bit of research for what they have been doing. And I was going to go down exactly the same lines as Marty has just done, actually, as far as this post was concerned that Dr. Turuk had posted out, so that there wasn't any confusion. They are basically being procured by an outside company to help them with their strategy of moving forward in the future. And obviously, they've been working on or with their team in Egypt, certainly been working and helping this company to move forward with their ideas and what they're trying to look to do. But the interesting part is that half of the reason why he really was extremely excited about it is because they're over the couple of months or so that they've been working with this business over in Egypt, they've managed to obviously put it into net profit, which is the name of the game in any business. You can turn over an awful lot of money, but doesn't mean to say you're a profitable company. But net profit really is the number that you're looking for, because it means that after everything is paid, you have money in the bank. And also, it was really nice as well to understand a little bit about this company. They are obviously dealing with the agricultural business, and they're looking to expand by purchasing 1,000 acres in Egypt somewhere, and they're to do with growing tomatoes, agriculture, but they are a procurement company. Now, procurement companies are quite an interesting and almost a very, very sought after business, because they are the type of companies who work with other business to say exactly what kind of manpower they need. So any business, when they have new projects or they are investing in new projects, they normally bring in a procurement company who is specialized in the field of what they are doing. And that company work with the other company to say, you need 500,000 or 5,000 employees, you need 10 diggers, you need so many lines to work this and so many buildings to house this and all the rest of it. This is what a procurement company do. And this company that an aggregate production company, not a procurement, an aggregate procurement company is the person who buys the products, but these are aggregate companies, and they are the ones that maximize output that could be produced given the quantities of factors within that production. Next level stuff, really, as far as we're concerned. And obviously they'd approached Dr. Taruk and said, listen, we need help to move our business forward. Can you help us in this area? And obviously him, with his knowledge of what he does as a consultant, and don't forget, he consults for many businesses, not just Onpassive. And obviously he is very, very pleased that the collaboration that they have together has put them really on the straight and narrow, to the effect that they are looking at expanding within Egypt. This is great news, by the way, for Onpassive in different reasons, and that's really what I wanted to talk to you about a little bit. And the reason it is great news for Onpassive is because he works for Onpassive. He has a vested interest for the work of Onpassive. You only had to look at the text of what he was writing. Yes, it was Google translated, but Onpassive's name was mentioned many, many times within those texts. Even though what he was doing was external to Onpassive, it was using the Onpassive team to help this company doing what they were doing. And with his mind, with his brain, and his extreme knowledge of the business world, he is exactly the kind of person that Ash has talked about on many, many occasions, of the caliber of personnel that we now have working for us in Onpassive. You know, we're not talking line manager material here. We are talking in reality terms, CEOs of old companies that are now consultants, that have that knowledge base, the same as, look at our very own Mohammed Kamal. You know, he was a senior manager within the nuclear physicist world, and he now is our COO. Look at the professor that we brought in, not only Professor Susan, but the other one as well. He'd been head of many, many businesses, and now he is working alongside Onpassive. Professor Susan, in her own right, has been CEO of many companies, and now is working alongside Onpassive. This is a kind of caliber of people now that we are attracting to Onpassive. And it makes you think a little bit about all these people who are coming to Onpassive right now. They don't need the money, and they certainly don't need the work. So why are they attracted to Onpassive? Have a little think about it. Make your mind wander, make your mind work to that reason. And the bottom line is because we are such a new, fresh, innovative company that are doing things so differently from the norm, and what they want to do personally within their lives and have an effect within their own fields normally has a lot of doors closed in their face, or stumbling blocks for sure, should I say. With Onpassive, those doors are well and truly open as far as what they can do, what they want to do, and more importantly, what they finally want to achieve. And this is why that they are working with Onpassive, not only to aid and to help our business, but also to achieve what their goals of what they want to achieve within their own lives as well. Onpassive is that vehicle, and we all need a vehicle at the end of the day. Make no bones about it. Marty mentioned yesterday on our live that none of us, and I mean none of us, can do this on our own. We need to have something behind us. We need to have that platform, that company, the products, whatever it may be, for every single person who is involved with Onpassive, whether it is on a corporate level or whether it is on an individual business level underneath it, needs to have something around us to help us. And that really is why these people are coming to Onpassive, because they understand that they alone cannot achieve what they want to be able to achieve. They need somebody else around them to be able to do that. We are no different. As affiliates within the business, we need to have Onpassive for us to realize our dreams, to realize our financial goals, where we're going within our own businesses. And it really is exciting times when you literally have this caliber of people knocking on Passive's door saying, I want to work with you. I want to come into corporate Onpassive and work alongside you and give you the knowledge that I have within my field of the work that I have done. And we are now literally getting, I don't know how many, but certainly an awful lot of this caliber of people wanting to work alongside Onpassive. But let's not take anything away from what the team in Egypt have been doing over the last couple of months or so behind the scenes. And how many times do I have to reiterate the same thing? These are signs, guys. These are what give us confidence, knowing that this is going on behind the scenes of Onpassive for the benefit not only of the individuals, but anything that is positive for Onpassive is certainly a benefit in the scheme of things to all of us. It expands the knowledge, it expands the name of Onpassive through certainly different fields. I mean, who would ever think that that word Onpassive would be associated with agriculture? It is now, because the team in Egypt have helped this company within the agricultural world to get to what they were looking to do, to make it a profitable company, to expand, etc. And this is going to happen more and more. We are going to be blown away, guys, by the different fields that we will touch as far as industries and business is concerned, because we have the solutions to help these companies. We've talked about this on many occasions. We obviously just look at Onpassive from the products point of view, as far as those solutions, from the digital services, etc. But there is in time going to be a lot more. And if you listened to our CEO a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying sometimes you need to step back and zoom out and look at the big picture. Onpassive and its digital solutions, as far as the OES is concerned, and that platform, that is just going to be a small part of the whole of Onpassive. We haven't even talked for a very long time, have we, about the physical products that we are going to be involved in. We haven't talked about the arms of Onpassive that are going to start shooting off into different areas, the data centers, even to the extent of the financial side of things. All of these are going to be shoots and spurs of Onpassive that other companies will want to be able to procure our services to be able to use. And this is what makes such a lot of difference as far as we are concerned when you zoom out and you have a really big look at that big picture. Obviously, from, I suppose, a selfish point of view, from the affiliates point of view, we tend to focus our viewpoint on our OES, because that's what our part that we are looking at. But I can assure you it's going to be a lot bigger than just that one small part of the Onpassive globe of companies and diversity that we will be getting our fingers into. Anyway, Marty, that's about it from me, and I hand it back to you.
Woo! Well, we did a lot in 20 minutes, 24 minutes. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Don't forget tonight, I believe, Ron, Minnow, and who knows what else is going on. But if you want to know, go to the back office because there's loads of places you can go. I'm going to somebody's webinar today at 1. Yvonne, can't think exactly what her name is, but she's on at 1 o'clock. You'll see it in the back office. She's asked me to come a few times. I have stuff going on later, but I told her I could come in for a little while. So I'm going to go do that. Yeah, there's so much going on, like Red said. I mean, that it's good news no matter whether the news is direct or not, because it still has to do with the foundation of the company. You want to hear those types of things. And remember what talents Dr. Tarek really has. I mean, his talents are consulting, which means he's the guy people go to when they're having issues with their business. That's why he's with Onpassive. So, and plus, that's where you're going to see that and the mother company Onpassive itself pushing into Africa, which is going to be pretty cool. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Red. Red, thanks for being here, buddy. All
No,
week, actually.
it's been an absolute pleasure, Marty. I will be back tomorrow doing my own live half an hour later, actually, after Marty has been on with Robin on theirs with the Bangladesh founders, which will be fantastic. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be on normal times. And obviously, 360, if we do a 360 Wednesday, that will be at normal time as well. But stay tuned. Obviously, guys, things are happening, even if we do not think they're happening. Things are happening, I can assure you. Behind the scenes, every single day of the week, we are moving forward. And that's what it's all about, moving forward. We might not see it from our end, but don't forget, we only know 5%. If we're lucky.
If we're lucky, yeah, there you go. I thought it was 5% until we zoom out. That knocked me down to one tenth of 1%, I think. Yeah, and like I said, Dr. Tarek or anybody over there doing the arm of Onpassive, like he said, we like sharing. We want people to feel the vibe we feel of what we're doing over here in Egypt. Fantastic. See you all, and thank you very much for coming. And my kid's last day of school, it's summer vacation. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Ooh, it's a lot. It's going to be a long 3 months.
It's